window, help out with the gift go, and all the things. I don't know what Pastor Petty did. Could you explain what he did to you for you to feel this way, though?
To me, nothing. Like, he didn't do anything to me personally. It is the public. The public should know the truth. Now, whether they support him after they know the truth or not, that is up to them. Again, this is in no way to try to entice anybody to go after Petty. I would expect, if I was lying about something, for somebody to make the public aware of that as well.
Okay, just make sure you get the receipts, okay? That's all that I ask. And we can continue going.
Do you mind if I get the big box? Thank you, man. We will start out with the animal cruelty. So in 2022, he had 2 charges. He had willful intent to commit bodily injury or death to a minor, as well as animal cruelty. There was 3 charges. They all got consolidated into 2. One was corporal injury to a child. The second one was animal cruelty. Kill, maim, torture, mutilate animal. Deprive animal of drink or shelter. Now, all of these receipts are available in full. Just DM me. I'll give you the link to the Discord. It's in a server. It's got all of it in it. Even more than I'm showing here. I'm just showing the meat of it. Now, for those 2 charges, for the corporal injury to a child and for the animal cruelty, he took a deal on those. And the deal was to get a furtherance of justice. So this right here is the animal cruelty. So he appeared in custody. So he was already in jail from when he pled for the corporal injury to a child. The furtherance of justice is something that they do commonly in the state of California to allow for like plea deals and all that to happen. So he consolidated his 2 into 1 plea deal, and he got 4 years probation for that. He is still on probation to this day, even though he has said he is not on many occasions. But yeah, the furtherance of justice is pretty much saying, hey, this is consolidated with the corporal injury to a child. Here is trigger warning. An actual picture of the dog while it was alive. If you look at the pelvic area, it is sunken in. The dog is pretty much skin and bones. The dog ended up passing away. Depending on how gross we want to get, I have the scene photos as well. Child, I don't. But also in the top right corner, he accidentally posted this on TikTok, and the dog was there. So the account that posted this is Pastor Petty Clay. Yeah, this is showing that it was animal cruelty, felony. That is who he is. How's everybody doing? Tap the screen. I never say that on mine. I'm getting used to it. Is there any questions about the animal cruelty? That covers it.
Yeah, so my question is, How do you guys get this information about people, and why? Uh-huh.
So that it was his neighbor's dog is because his neighbor testified against him.
I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
When you said, so he got two charges, one for cruelty to animals and one for harm to a minor. I don't know how that harm charge was worded, but harm to a
Yes.
minor, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
So how did he only get a felony on the animal cruelty and not the child abuse?
He did.
Okay, thank you for
Yes.
clarifying.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to get into the child one here in a moment too.
Okay, I'll hold my questions. Thank you for letting me know.
Yes, ma'am. If you anything about the dog or anything, let me know.
And I would just say let's not get too graphic because you know how the TikTok is. But while everybody's
Stay in your modeling. Thank you. I don't mind you asking questions. Appreciate it.
hold on, I was about to do mod.
Mm-hmm.
Were you talking to me? Like, hold on.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah.
everybody, while you're in here,
As long as he's not bothering me, I don't care about nothing else.
no, I get it. I need y'all to tap the screen, share the live, protect the panel, protect the live, send small gifts, help her reach her gift goal. Tap the screen. If you don't want to send gifts, you can hit her Cash App, just in the little square. Please protect the live. Thank you.
Okay, so there was a question and a comment. No, he did not feed the dog. It takes a while. It takes a long time for an animal to kind of waste away like that. The crime scene photos are not something that I'm comfortable showing publicly, but I will send them to you privately. But it's gross.
So the dog, right? The
Yes,
dog
ma'am.
went to so many homes. How do you know that it was Pastor Petty's fault about the dog and not the hayball head and not the person who had the dog before him?
Well, Petty had the dog for a little while. And if Petty had the dog for a little while, I believe he had it for 2 months. Within that 2 month period, the dog should have ate. And I'm sure the dog did eat at first because, it's not going to last 2 months without food, water, or something like that. He had always left it outside and he just did not feed the dog. There's other like assumptions as to why he didn't, but that's going into
Hey, lady.
things that can't be proven. Can be proven.
Downstairs. Who is Tracy? Who is this person?
Which one? I don't know.
Tracy. Who is this person? I don't know her. She's not for messy talk. I do know a few of y'all, and I'm letting y'all come over here and air out your grievances. Do Pastor Petty know that you have these grievances with him?
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
Friends, to answer your question, Tracy is Tib.
No, that's not it. Oh. Yeah, Tim, they from another side of TikTok, babe. They from another side of TikTok. I needed you earlier to come your ass up here when these folks was up here telling them damn lies they was telling about they don't be jumping in the box, especially without no teeth and all the things. Yeah. So, okay, so Florida man. All right. Child. So listen. Right. So I know that he got the dog charges, which that is terrible because I own dogs myself and I could never, they don't miss a day. They don't miss a day. If I don't feed them, the kids get out there and feed them. Yeah, I have pets and I couldn't see them like that. But who is low carb? I don't know who this person is, child. Listen, oh Lord. I couldn't go a day without feeding the dogs. So I buy 80-pound dogs. You wish you was a dog lover. That's why it's not, that's why it's not hitting hard. That's why it's not hitting hard, Tim. That's why it's not hitting hard because I got 7 dogs. You know what I'm saying? So I would feel a little different about that. I would feel a little different about that. My babies eat every day. My babies eat every day, and if I'm eating on something, they might eat some of what I'm eating, so it's different. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I can't be, mad at them because I don't know. These are allegations. This is for entertainment purposes only. But we're going to move on to the other allegations. The dog ate multiple pacifiers. It had an
Yeah.
obstruction, and he let it go. What?
Yes. So that is what I was getting at there. So he
What? Go ahead, Florida man. You got the floor.
is a toy of some kind. It's yeah. So when the neighbor testified against Petty, yeah, he testified that it was actually his dog, and that he did mistreat the dog as well. Left it outside, no water, no food. It ended up eating something. Something occurred. I believe the dog was found passed and like kind of not in good shape at all. But as you've seen from the picture I showed where it was alive, it was not in good shape then either. And that takes time. Was I cutting out?
Yeah, at first she was cutting out. Yeah, the dog looks terrible. But we gotta also make sure that the dog had been dewormed and it had proper vitamins and all the things. Because it could have been something else different. It could have had worms from not, being properly fed the correct things. It could have been a lot of stuff.
Well,
But
according to the courts, it was.
they had an
Petty,
autopsy. They had an autopsy. Oh, okay. They have
yeah.
an
So
Oh, he caught a felony charge for it.
yes, he did,
Who
and
is
I
it?
have the autopsy photos as well. He also did write a letter about it. Yes, I believe it was also in his book too, which has a different story.
Wait, Petty wrote a book?
Yeah, yeah. It sold 16 copies. 16 of them were to the other people that he got protection orders on to shut him up. Because that's what Petty's been doing is anytime anybody comes out with this type of thing, he takes legal action against them to protect his platform and silence them. It is a tough read, though. I'm not even gonna lie. He misspelled the cover on the first one. I'll advertise it for him. Let me grab that cover.
I'll take your word for it. I don't think that's a book I'm interested in reading, but
You
thank
know
you.
what, Tracy? I ain't got time for you. So Pastor Petty wrote a book, right? So what was the name of the book again?
He said he's about to show us.
Hold on, y'all. My kids all y'all when I'm on TikTok, y'all always seem to disturb when I'm working. It's not funny.
Where's my phone?
I'm using my iPhone. No, here you go. Oh, the road to redemption. So what is he on redemption for? What's the redemption for?
The redemption, well, it's the redemption from these two charges that he says is completely fictional and made up. But it's not redemption. It's
I know you
redemption. No, I'm not playing.
redemption.
So this is his book. Thank you for the follows. Child. So Thibodeau, you made me laugh. So
It's muted.
so
So
what is
it
the
can
book
be,
about?
it can be found on Amazon. Road to Redemption.
Oh
It is
Lord, now I
about.
know it spelled, but I knew what it was saying. I knew what it was spelling. I mean, listen, I got
I
you.
know.
I knew what it was saying.
I knew what it was saying too, but I just didn't know what it was spelling. So it is about a man who just gets out of the military and he faces hard times and troubles with unexpected a court case and about him and his girlfriend who got pregnant by another man. We're going to get into that because that also has something to do with it too. And dumped him. Then the court case happened and they became stronger together and they got through it. And then another surprise court case happened and they got through that too. It's about two people that were in a relationship where she got pregnant by another man, dumped him, and then got back together. All that. It's really weird. Yes, I read it.
Now, why do I want to be nosy and go order it off of Amazon and have it here by
So
Sunday
you
tomorrow?
read the book.
He's got two of them. The Monterey County one that tells on himself about the dishonorable discharge from the Army.
Did you say dishonorable discharge from the military?
Yes. There's just too much that he's lying about. That's one of the main reasons why.
So this book, right, with the wrong spelling, must have didn't get edited by a professional because
No,
a professional would have let him put that out with Road to Redemption.
he 100% released the book this way. He did errata the cover later after he got relentlessly roasted on TikTok for it.
Yeah, y'all got to get that professionally edited and all the thing. He calls out all the liars. Petty is a hypocrite. Listen, I don't know. I go in there and I visit every now and again, and I forgive them. How many protective orders do you have, FM? Who is Billy?
I don't know. Billy is probably, let's see. Yeah, it's a backup account. It's a burner account. See, I like them because they can't come in on their main account because I would tell what they did. The reason why they want to come in on the backup is because they're ashamed of their actions, where I am not.
Or they're ashamed to say what they need to say to you on their regular page. Would you say that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So this is a bad spelling book with bad editing and not professionally done correctly, right? Okay.
Yeah,
I didn't know you wrote books, but congratulations. All right.
I do want to give him credit. He did write it, and I mean, it's better than I have because I have not written a book. So I have to give credit where it's due.
Even maybe the fact that he even took the chance to write a book. A lot of people haven't even took the chance to do that. But next time, get it professionally edited. Okay. All right. The dog thing is out. He did the dog dirty. Poor doggy. He lost his life and all the things. Hopefully, that's his road to adoption and all the things. But now we're going to move on to what is the next thing on your list we need to know.
The corporate injury to a child.
You say the who, babe?
So we got right here the injury to a child.
Oh Lord, the court document.
Yeah, so right here we have same name, corporal injury to a child, a felony. Now that was redacted down from willful intent to cause serious bodily injury or death to a child, and the other one was.
Okay, y'all, come on, let's tap the screen until Florida Man comes back. What do you think? Oh, he's back. Tap the screen, y'all.
The other one was a felony of cruelty to a child. And this got dropped to corporal injury to a child.
So hold on a second. So he had two felony charges and they merged them into one?
Yeah, so very lenient legal system that he got off. pretty good on it, but also not good at the same time. So with this here, this is where Petty's story has changed multiple times. And we're going to get into a sensitive topic. So Petty has always, not always, recently went online and started crying and saying, my son was SA'd. But I have to say that speaking to the child's mother, his son was not. It goes pretty deep. He has lied a lot about a lot of things, and we're going to get into those lies too. It's a pattern of behavior that Petty has had. So Petty went too far with discipline. He left his child bloody and in a bathtub and called the police on himself because he knew he took it too far. The child was in very bad shape on that day. And when Petty was arrested, they did all that. He said that the child that he beat up assaulted his younger child sexually. There was a full-blown CPS case on that was investigated, that was found to be not true. Petty lied about that. So Petty tried to frame his son for touching his other son as an excuse to get out of the fact that he took whatever discipline that he was trying to do that day too far.
So I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
Sometimes when he's on live, I hear children in the background. So, and I'm not talking about children, but I just have a question. If he, obviously I see the paperwork. I'm not going to say they're alleged allegations. Obviously there looks like there's some sort of truth to it. So being that he has this record, how does he have custody of his children? Or am I asking too many questions?
No, you're not asking too many questions at all. Okay. So when he lived on base in Colorado, he was not allowed to live there due to his felony charges. Where he's at now, he's not on the lease.
He's not where?
He's not on the lease because he would never pass a background check to be able to get on the lease.
But he's in a house with children.
Yeah, his wife was with him.
Oh, let me go on mute.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good.
Is this the mother of the children that were abused?
No.
Okay.
Not of the one that was abused. The mother of the one that was abused, that was beat up by Petty, she was unaware that even happened because Petty didn't tell her. After this all happened, the child went into foster care. Petty voluntarily gave up his rights to the child, and that's when the CPS case the investigation was done. And they came back and said there was nothing. So whatever that investigation entailed for the younger child, Petty lied and had that younger child put through that, all in an attempt to get off of the charge and claim like PTSD or whatever he was going to claim again.
Tap the screen. Miles, I need y'all on y'all job. Tap the screen. I'm surprised that he was allowed to speak. Oh, Lord. Tracy, if you want questions, you come up and ask. You can come up and ask the questions. All right? Please, if you want to ask questions, you're allowed to ask. Is it Janesta? If you want to ask questions, you're allowed to ask. Y'all make sure y'all tapping my screen, share my live, and help me out with my gift goal, please. I'm muffled. Okay, yeah. Make sure y'all are tapping the screen. Hold on, let me say this loud. Tapping the screen it, sharing the live it, and helping out with the gift it goal. Pass the collection plate. I gotta get paid. I gotta protect my live. Y'all gotta tap the screen and all the things. If y'all wanna ask Florida Man some questions, come on up here and ask Florida Man some questions. I'm ordering dinner for my children so ribs don't be showing. I just don't need they rivets to be showing.
How would you know if the child was not actually SA'd? Because those files would be sealed. Did he say that?
It's through the court records. Petty actually his son has a protection order against him. It was automatically granted to the court.
This is a small child that we're talking about?
No, the child that was assaulted is now 18. The child was 16 at the time it happened. No, Petty did not. I want to clear that up. Petty did not SA a child. Did not. Petty used it as an excuse, like the older son, the one that he abused. He said the older son touched the younger son, and that's his reason, air quotes, for doing it. But that was not true.
But aren't those records sealed, not public
No.
record, because they're under 18?
Nope, not at all. So the way that they're gotten is you get the charge code from you like call the county clerk. You get the charge code, the statute, all that, and then you use the charge code with the document that you find online that's blank to FOIA the results. It's a process in California. In Indiana here, all you got to do is just look up my case and put a name in.
So how old was the younger child?
The younger child at the time, I believe, was 3.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to get those records. I just don't think you would be able to get those.
They were tied to Petty's court case. You mind if I get the big box? So here's the custody paperwork, where the custody is stripped away from Petty and given to the kid's mom.
I can't big box you while she's on the teacup.
Oh. I do have things to back up what's on as well. Let me fix this screenshot by zooming it out.
Okay, y'all, tap the screen. Y'all make sure y'all asking the appropriate questions and all the things. Janessa, do you want to ask any questions?
So right here is where the legal custody was given to the mother. But how it started. Oh, go ahead.
What is this document?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You're muffled.
What is this document here? What's this document?
That document there was the 30-some-odd page report giving custody from Petty to the mother. So those documents are
What's going on, Mima?
How are you doing, dear?
I'm good. How are you? Did you have some questions?
I do. I want to ask Florida Man why are you even talking about this?
Why is he lying about it?
Why are you talking about it? It's not your business, and it's years old.
You see, when the source is unreliable for the truth, someone's got to put it out there. The prior people who have tried to put it out there have all gotten protection orders against them falsely. As you know with Bougie.
Okay, so this is all for Bougie.
No, this is because it's morally correct.
Okay, whose morals?
Mine.
Because yours. You have
Yes.
morals now?
I've always had them.
If you have these morals, you would know not to speak on this. This is other people's business.
When somebody is the head of a platform who is weaponizing that platform,
Okay, you want to bring up platform? Is this all because you're trying to damage his platform?
no, I already said from the get-go, this is not to get anybody to attack Petty. This is to make everybody fully informed. If they want to support Petty after this, sure. I ain't got nothing to say about it, but people
Maybe
will
people
know.
don't want to be informed.
I believe when it comes to children, animals, domestic violence, anything like that, I believe that that is something that people should be fully informed of who they associate with and how that person is.
Okay, but that's up to that person to look into what they want to look into. I don't think it should come like this. Honestly, I don't.
I got a question. The 50 plus people that Petty has had on his green screen behind them with all of their information out there, charges, the false jacket that he put on somebody for being a P3DO, that actually affected that man, like seriously, and in real life. That, do you think that was necessary, Petty, to do?
Tap the screen, please. Everybody tap the screen.
I'm not
Because if you
trying-
don't believe me, I've got probably about 100 screenshots of Petty with information on the back of his green screen.
I didn't come up here to believe or anything against you or anyone else. I just don't see why that it's being brought forth. And tomorrow is Mother's Day, man.
Happy Mother's Day.
No, I wasn't searching for that.
No, I want to. When more information becomes available, we are all allowed to change our opinions based on the facts. And when the facts came to me that it was true, that's when morally, I mean, it has to do with kids and the animal and the dishonorable discharge from the military. And you know, he said he wasn't dishonorably discharged.
Yes,
And you know his story about the animal.
yes.
Which story? It was the neighbors, it was the brothers, or it was his?
It was his.
Okay. That's the most recent one he told a couple days ago. So, and you know the story about the child.
Yes.
And you know the big act that he put on that he got everybody emotionally invested in, and then started to be weird and make Reddit posts saying that Bougie was stalking him when she wasn't. That she drove by his house and took a picture. That was disproven. That she's doing all this weird stuff, and that he went live, and he even said some stuff live too. He would always say, fill in the blanks, everybody. I can't say this person's name, when he could. But he would be vague about it, and he would let people run with all this false stuff and dangerous stuff. That's what he does. And that's how he silences people. Because when they tell him the truth on him, he can't do anything but lie.
Well, at the end of the day, my thing is that the internet is forever, and this does involve children. And one day they may come across or get old enough and see all this stuff. That's my concern.
I would like for if the child that was abused ever sees this, I would like to let him know that I am here to stop Petty from putting that false accusation on him. That child who is now an adult did not assault that other child. Petty claimed that his child sexually assaulted his other child, so his older child now has this false accusation on him that Petty even blatantly said on his live he shouldn't have, because that violated his protection order, the one that the son has against Petty. That child doesn't deserve to have that accusation on them from their father on the internet to save his platform, so he doesn't lose a little bit of clout.
Well, no matter what I say, I just wanted to know why. No matter what I say, you're gonna do what you feel like that you want to do. So the whole thing around just breaks my heart.
Mine too, but I have a question for you. Is it okay to falsely accuse somebody who isn't even 18 yet of a crime so horrendous just so you can get off of that crime?
I'm not going to say because I don't know that it did or it didn't happen. I'm just taking at face value of what someone has said without judging. It's not my place.
If you would like, you can send me a DM. I can send you all of the paperwork.
I don't want it, hun.
Okay. And that's totally fine.
I just wanted to know why. That's all. Because it's
More.
all been talked about
Well,
months ago by Bougie, Leatherface, and all of them.
it was talked about, but then it was twisted, and Petty cried on live and emotionally charged everybody to attack with false narratives and lies. And as you see, he's been trying to do that to me too. It
I
just doesn't
haven't.
work.
I have not been.
Do you remember when Petty said, "I got a phone call"?
Not that I've even paid attention to.
You were there when Petty said, "I just got a phone call"?
Petty said he got a phone call.
Yeah, he said, "I don't want no mail from Florida, man."
Really honest, I was not.
I may have been
I
mistaken.
missed that live. I even
could've-
tried to find it on YouTube.
I could have sworn I seen you there, but I may be mistaken. That's why he had the outburst the day before when Indian Outlaw was in his box. He knows that I know the tracking showed up a day before and that he is legally served to show up to court. And there's no Zoom appearances because he streamed the last court date. I've also got all the things where he's like blatantly dodged service. I will get to those too.
Yes, I just don't understand why the defamation of all this. I just don't.
I don't understand the defamation
Coming
of it.
from anyone, just not you. Coming from anyone, really.
I'm trying to make it better because that child does not deserve that false accusation on them to be continued to spread by continued to be spread by their father, to when he could just be honest and people would accept him either way. But at least he was honest when he did it. Before you can really take accountability and move on, you have to be honest with yourself. You have to accept that you made a mistake, and you have to start to be open about it and 100% transparent about it. That's why every single time anyone asks me about one of my charges, I go into the whole story.
Friends with Attitudes, happy Mother's Day. I hope you have a blessed day tomorrow, and all the ladies here in your live.
I would like to say too, convicted in court is not defamation. It is a fact.
Well, you too.
I meant to say inflammatory. You know, I don't get why everybody's trying to damage everybody's character. That's all. I just wish it would all stop.
I wish people would be honest.
My friends don't have anything to do with anything that Florida man is saying. This is his thing, not mine.
I know, honey.
All right,
If you're heading any platform,
in the box, what would you like to say?
Thank you.
Hi, friends. Thank you for having me up.
how are you?
Hi, Florida man. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay, because I have a bad connection. Florida man, I'm going to, as you know me, I'm going to ask some tough questions. I hope you're all right with that.
Yeah, of course.
Okay. I, for one, as you well know, Florida man, I know you say we're not speaking on children. Okay. Yeah, we kind of are. My
Now we are.
question to you is, I missed part of this because I didn't know it was happening, so I apologize for that. How how do
Hold on, Peppy. If you don't like what's going on in my life, Carol, you can kindly exit stage left. Nobody asked for you to be here. You can take your SOS and go ask somebody to save you outside the door. If he wants to come over here and do whatever he's doing, he can do that. It's a free country for people to do whatever they want to do. Who are you to tell me what I can do with my platform? Nobody, because you don't even come over here. So find yourself somewhere else. Anyway, go ahead, Peppy.
Thank you. My first question, Florida man, is, and I may have missed this, how do you know that that child was not SA'd?
I know that child was not essayed that day in the story that Petty had told.
That my question though, I understand that part of what he was saying. My question to you is with legal documents or whatnot that you have, how do you know that that child was not SA'd?
Because of the findings from the CPS investigation
Okay,
that was triggered by Petty's accusation.
okay. Now, I'm going to say this, and I understand every state is different, but
The child's
I'm going to speak this as a mother who has been through this many, many years ago. Those records, the doctor's findings, and all the horrible findings are released to the parents.